Hey guys, so it's 5 o'clock on Tuesday night, and like I said, on 5 o'clock, I'd like to go live. I do hope that even if none of you are on live with me right now, that you'll watch the replay. You can watch the replay here for 24 hours. You can upload it to your story, and it can go. You can keep it in your story as well, and or you can find it in Hey Stacey Gallardo. You can find it in YouTube as well. So you can follow me on YouTube and push follow and then or subscribe, and then you'll get my updates to when I'm going live and or to when a new video is posted. My goal here for me, for the most part, is to stay as consistent as possible. And I'd like you to join me if you can, and come be part of this process. And then as you can, do as much as you can. Again, I am also available if you want to for Zoom connection and also for Messenger connection. Kind of works like Zoom, except just a little bit different. And I can just call you and it's no big deal. And it's almost like that. We can have 50 people on Messenger at the same time, as well as different varieties of workouts done here. So everything from Super Fit to kettlebell work to yoga and so on is available. Just give me a text or a call and let me know what you're interested in. And we can see if we can add it into a workout. Anyway, we're going to get going now. And again, let's see what we can get done today. Okay. All right. So we're going to start back. Again, you're going to probably need to put your own music on because I can't stream live right now. I can't figure out how to stream live right now and have music going on at the same time. That's something that I'm trying to work my way out or my way into. And so we'll see how that goes. So we're going to just start on the ground. And we're just going to start just with sinking back into your hips and your heels. Let those elbows pack in. We are going to use kettlebells, but you could do squats or you can use dumbbells or free weights or no weight if you want to as well. So just allowing your breath to just kind of ease into your body. And we do this nice, long, deep diaphragmatic breathing just because it really does help connect you to your nervous system. You know, even if you don't feel like you've been doing much and you don't have to kind of, you know, warm up or whatever, you've been just kind of sitting there and you're like, my nervous system's fine. It's like, no, if you open your eyes this morning, you're under a bit of stress, and that would go for any morning. And then we're going to just shift into what's called knees rocking, which is a nice, even movement, allowing the back to stay extended, head up. And you're working those joints now. So you're working the wrists, the ankles, the knees, the hips, even the spine. That bouncing back and forth slightly in the spine helps to create connection and helps for the body to not just get stuck in one movement. And you can flatten out the feet so you can work the top of the ankle as well, kind of releasing some of that those joints. And then sink all the way back, sitting back onto your heels and allowing yourself to just kind of come into a place of just kind of rest for a second. Roll those shoulders up, around, and back. Come back into the posture. Reach through with your left arm. Press up. Reach up with your arm. Press down and reach up. So you're moving the thoracic spine. Reach through and reach up. Reach through and reach up. Two more, reach through and up. And last time, reach through and up. Good, do the other side. Reach through and up. Think about pressing down into the arm that's on the ground, using your eyes to allow your body to connect. So your eyes move, the head moves, and the body follows after that. Two more. And last one, through and back up. And then we're going to rock all the way back and then come forward into a kind of almost a push-up position. We'll start with our feet more, our knees more on the ground. Rock back into your heels, come forward, rock back onto your heels, and come forward. Now rock back onto your heels, come forward all the way until you can get into a plank. Rock back towards your heels, let your knees go wide. Come forward into push-up position. Couple more. Rock back, feel the back stretch. Great for the hips, the organs. Press back. come back forward again. Now plank to pike. So plank to pike is simply just a push-up position to a downward facing dog. Getting length in the upper back, length in the lower back, movement in the ankles. It's like a bigger version of that knees rocking that we did before. Couple more. Good, and then last one. Sit those hips back, drop into your heels, and then begin to walk your feet up to your hands and drop your butt down and sit on the ground. So from here, I got my kettlebells here. I'm going to move those out of the way. I'm going to take a sand bell, which is a light sand bell, but it can be anything. It can be a kettlebell, it can be a dumbbell, it can be whatever you want it to be. It can be whatever you want. Imagine whatever you want. So put it on your right shoulder. You can go light or you can go heavy. And you're going to roll back. Your right knee is going to be up. Your left arm and left leg are going to be out and down on the ground. You're going to look up at your left foot and lift your chest up nice and high. Again, look at your left foot and come back up. We're going to do 10 more of these. It's a kind of a get-up position like you would do if you had your arm extended. So if my arm was extended up, that would be a typical quarter get-up. But because we're going to move a little different here, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, and 10. While you're sitting up, move that leg out, bend the left knee, put the weight on your left shoulder, drop into your right elbow, and drop back down onto the mat. So again, the weight is on your left shoulder, your left knee is bent, foot flat, your right leg is extended out. Get long down that whole right side of the body, press into that right arm, pick your head up first, and then roll towards your right leg. And then roll back. Exhale to lift. Again, you're rolling from the hips. Even if this weight is too much, you can put your hand on your shoulder. Here's 7 and 8 and 9. One more and 10. Come up, all the way up. Good. And then I'm going to take a heavier weight. You don't have to. You can continue holding the same weight. You can do this with no weight, just pressing your hands up and down if you'd like. Hold that weight in your hands. You're going to press up and back down. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to add a little bit more motion with it. So roll back, roll up, roll back, and roll up, roll back, and roll up. 5 here, and 6, 7, push forward, lift up. Here's 8, 9, one more, and 10. Come all the way up. And then again for 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Hold that weight. Take that weight like an oar. Pull. Rotate the torso. You've got 8 and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Go and put that weight down. I'm going to take my top shirt off. A little bit warm in here by myself even. Whew, getting all fixed up. Good. Again, we're going to roll back, roll up, then take your weight to your left side. Up, back, up, and take your weight to your right side. So we're doing all of those 10 again. Now adding that rotation to the side. Use your breath. Help your breath control the movement. And then back down. I think I got out of pace. Take it to your left. Come up, lower down, back up, to your right, and down. You've got 4 more. To your left, up, to your right, up, down, and again, up, to your left, up. One more time, each side, to your right, up, and again to your left, and then up. Good. Go ahead and take yourself all the way to the ground. Head down. Weight is going to go overhead. Keep those elbows bent, and just take the weight overhead and back. So as you go overhead, I want you to work on dropping those ribs down into the ground. Don't let your back arch as your arms go up. If you've got a heavier weight in your hand, it's going to drive those ribs up. What we're trying to do is stabilize into the lats, those muscles in the back side of the body. 2 more. Last one. Hold, bring your knees up, drop your right foot and your left. Now here's a dead bug variation. And what ends up happening here a lot of times in this variation is that the arms just get sloppy. I want you to push those arms as if someone's standing on your shoulders. Push those shoulders in towards your hip pockets. You've got 5 more each leg, just like this. And 4, tighten up those arms. Squeeze or pull that sandbag as if you could rip it apart. Or whatever you're holding, maybe it's a paper towel. Maybe it's a puppy dog, who knows? Just hold whatever you can, as tight as you can. Last one, each leg. Now, as you take your right foot down, your arms go overhead and back up. Left foot down and back up. Notice I'm shortening the range of motion in my legs, and I'm shortening the range of motion even in my upper body. You've got 8 each leg. And 7. And 6. And 5, and 4, 3 more, and 2, last one, each leg, right leg here and left. Let's go right back into that quarter get up. Right knee is up, weight is on your right shoulder, and allow yourself to get up looking with your head first, then you roll yourself up towards your left leg and roll back. Up, drop into the shoulder and back, and then back up, and then back down. You've got 4 more, and 3, and 2. Last one, all the way up to the seated position. Switch sides. Right hand goes down. Left arm is holding the sandbell. Drop in. Pause and see if my camera will actually focus. Come on, camera. Come on, camera. There we go. I think I'm too far away almost for it to know where I'm at. So drop in and away. Come up and up. Drop in and away. Up and up. Drop and away. You've got 4 more all the way up. And 3. And 2. Pick your head up first. Look. And then last one. Good. Go ahead and take that weight back by your side. Bring yourself up. And then you're going to go back into that knees rocking position that you did before. Knees rocking. Got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. So this is the end of the first part of the workout that we're going to do. So after this, we're going to do a little restore session. So go ahead, and if you haven't started in, if you want, grab a mat. There'll be no equipment necessary. Just allow yourself to come in. We're going to do a little bit of a restore movement. And there'll be some stretching, some mobility work, allowing yourself to feel like you're just kind of getting into your joints a little bit better, breathing a little bit deeper, allowing yourself to just kind of come into the postures and take some time. So even if I go faster than you'd like to go, you can go at a different pace than me and allow yourself to enjoy the movement. I'm going to move the mat just a tiny bit closer, and maybe we won't affect so much of the blurriness. Maybe it's just my camera. Maybe you can see me perfectly, and maybe it's almost too perfect. So from here, I just want you to sit up nice and tall, hold the back of the knees. And take a couple of big breaths. Let the breath slow down. Think about just kind of your calmness, how your body's sitting, maybe the crown of the head moving away from the hips. Draw your chin to your sternum. Lift your chin up. Drop your chin into your sternum. Lift your chin up. Now, always trying to just find what range of motion you're most comfortable in. It's never about how big I'm doing it or how big you perceive the need is for doing it. It's, can you be present enough to be where you're at right now, and move from that point forward. You're opening the front line of the body, lengthening the back line of the body. Now look over the left shoulder, look up, look over the right shoulder, look up. I know a very simple motion like turning your head just seems like it's something you can bypass, but every movement in your body is directed first by your eyes, then your neck, and then the rest of your body. So if your eyes aren't moving well and your neck isn't moving well, the rest of your body won't move well. And then take your hands to your side and press back, lift your chest up, push the ground down, lift into your chest and release. And again, push into the ground, lift your chest and release. And push, lift your chest and release. One more time, lift and lift your chest and release. And we're just going to drop back, kind of like we did before, and come in, drop back, and come forward, drop back. So you're moving the hip joint most effectively, most primarily, and just sink back till your arms are straight. Now you can add your hands to it, drop in, and push back. Not intended to necessarily be a tricep move or anything like that, just kind of a reverse position, almost of knees rocking. So bring those knees straight and forward. So again, if you don't want to put weight into your knees, you can do a knees rocking position just like I am, and you're still getting into your wrists, your elbows, your shoulders. Your knees are straightening. You're pulling and pointing with your ankles. So your toes are drawing in as your knees are bending. 2 more. And last one. And then we're going to go taking our legs around to the side. So you're in kind of a Z position, and then you're going to take your legs to the other position, and then take your legs to the left and take your legs to the right. You can do this, your hands can be on the ground, or you can keep your hands off the ground, make it a little bit more core challenging. Just allow those hips to do the work. 2 more. Each side, of course. And last one, each side. And then back into your center. And we're just going to drop the knees from left to right. and allow yourself to stay there. We're going to add a rotation if you'd like. You can look all the way around, bring your head forward first, look all the way around. Think of getting tall through the spine. So it's not just about moving those hips and swinging from side to side. Can you get your knees on the ground? Can you get your hips to open? Breathing, do as best you can. Two more each side, to the left and to the right. Once again, one more. And then we'll come up, bring your feet underneath you, come up onto all fours, and then rock back. So you've got your knees underneath you. Now, if this is too much flexion for the knees, you can be way up here if you'd like. And you're just stirring your knees around. So we're opening up those hips. You can be down on the ground, same thing. You'll be back if you can get into this much flexion. My feet are pretty wide though, so you need to give yourself some space. If your feet are too close, you're gonna find that there's no place to really go. And then if your feet are too wide, you'll find that it's just too wide to stabilize yourself too. Couple more. You can have your knuckles down. If you have blocks, you can put your hands on blocks. Drop your knees. Drop your knees. Drop your knees. Now I'm coming up just for modification. So we're going to do a rotation. Just rotate your hip in and in. So you're moving the hip joint into rotation. If you're down a little bit lower, you're going to drop your knee in and in. Knee in and in. Again, it's not so much how low you go, it's the point of movement that I'm looking for. If you can get all the way down here, great. If this isn't available to you, fine. Do it up here. Again, rotate that hip in and in, in and in. Just lifting my entire hip, my heel, my entire hip, my heel. Do two more. And last one, each leg. Good. Come all the way back down again. And we're going to go into a dead bug for more of kind of a core stability move. If dead bug's not there for you because you can't put your head back, you can always put your head up on something like the sandbell that we used, or get a pillow. So your head is on something if you need to. Hands are going to be a roller, a towel, whatever. And we're going to slowly do a dead bug. Now, the dead bug is really designed as a movement away from the midline of the body. The dead bug isn't about moving the arm and leg. So you could almost resist if you had a band on this hand and a band pulling that leg. Really, it's about pulling from the midline of the body. Pull from the belly, from the rib cage. And whether you exhale as you extend the arm and leg, or if you inhale, it just changes the movement a little bit and changes how the body perceives the movement's tension. So either way works. Now we're going to take a little bit more challenging here. You're going to place your your left hand on your right knee. Then your right hand is going to be up over your chest, and just your right arm and left leg you're going to move. Now I'm pushing equally in with my knee as I'm pressing with my hand. So I'm really working that cross mid corner of my body as I'm moving the arm and leg. Now I'm sawing more with my leg than kind of chopping with my leg at this point. Two more. And last one. Pause. Let those quads relax a little bit. And then come back up. Place your right hand on your left knee. And then you're going to do the same thing. You're meeting the pressure hand to knee as you're moving your left arm out of the way. And you're extending your right leg away from the midline. You've got 8 and 7 and 6 and 5. 4 more. 3, 2, and last one. Good, just added a little bit to that core motion, bringing yourself up. My glasses are all fogged up, hard to see y'all. And then bring yourself all the way up to an all fours position. From that all fours position, I want you to think about just bringing your back in and round to a cat stretch, and then pulling your body forward until you're in a push-up position. And then again, pressing yourself back, getting yourself into that cat stretch, rounding the upper back, tucking that pelvis way under. And then as you shift forward, you'll shift forward so that your back unfolds out of the cat stretch. So again, it's cat stretch, move that cat stretch towards the hands, and then drop the hips, look in. Push the hips back, and again, cat stretch forward, drop the hips, lift up, and push the hips back. Cat stretch forward, drop the hips in, lift the chest up, push back. One more time like that. Cat stretch forward. If you want to continue on, do so like that. And then drop the hips, lift the chest up, and hinge back. Now I want you to do it kind of from more of a push-up position. So we're here from the push-up position. You're going to lift the hips up, and then you're going to round the back as it comes forward until you're back in a push-up position. Drop the knees if you want. Lift your hips back up to a downward facing dog. Pull the upper back forward until you're in that plank. Drop your knees if you need to, and shift back into child's pose or kind of a modified downward facing dog. Lift your hips up out of there, and again, pull yourself forward, lift your chest. Just watch me do it a couple of times. One more time, lift those hips up, pull the head forward, and come all the way down. So we're going to all the way down on the floor. Again, we'll move that head and neck. You want to try to move as much as you can with the mouth closed and the tongue against the roof of the mouth. This will help engage and help connect you into your parasympathetic, which is your calming mechanism. And then look over your right shoulder, look over your left, look over your right shoulder, look over your left. Keep that head and chest up. Think of lengthening out of the belly. Breathing. Look over your left shoulder. Look over your right. Bring your right knee up and reach back with your right hand. Look down. And then bring that right knee back. Look over your left shoulder. Bring your left hand back, your left knee up. Reach your left hand back. Look down, hand, and then knee. Important motions just to connect the body. Realizing that the way we move is actually very connected, and the reason why we get injured is disconnection or our inability to stop motion, reaching. So injury happens at the end points or in mismanagement of timing. So like the timing chain is off, like in your car. Look over your shoulder and reach one more time to your left side. Look over your shoulder and reach. Look down and look down. Arms stretch all the way out. And if you were here from the beginning, you saw that we did kind of a quarter roller, quarter get up. So pick the head up, roll open to the right, and then back, and then pick the head up, roll open, and then back. If you want to go on a full roll, you can. Just let the body open up and back. Pick the head up, roll, and open, and back. And one more time, each side. Roll open and back. And again, roll open and back. Walking myself back, sitting back, head down, chin in. And roll back up. We are done today. Hi, Tracy. Just kind of wanted to give you some kind of a opportunity, two kind of different types of ways to connect movement, a little core, a little restore is what I just called it. Want to give you opportunities to stay connected, to stay consistent with your movement, and allow yourself to feel better on a regular basis. Don't get caught up in what you don't need to be caught up in. Focus on what you can control and what you can change right now, and allow yourself to move, not get pushed by the current, but allow yourself to move, to feel well, and then to live well. Have a great night, guys. Tomorrow we've got a super fit session. We'll have a melt session and yoga session at night, and I will talk to you later. Give me a text, give me a call, let me know what's going on, and have a great night. You can again see this on a replay. Also, if you want later on, I'll post it to the Bent on Fitness page as well as to my YouTube channel. Have a great night. Bye.